How's it going, folks? Mark Ladi back with another Friday night reaction video.
Yay!
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I haven't seen you for so long.
I know, and you look so festive tonight. I am so excited about this. So I've got a special one, and so in the interest of full disclosure, I screwed up Pride Month this year. So what happened was, folks, is last year we did a whole Pride Month thing.
It was a lot of fun.
And you can go and watch some of those videos here. And then we got a TV show, and that threw my production schedule all off. And so that means I had to create stuff a month in advance. And so by the time I got to like May, I was like, oh God, I'm screwed. But luckily, Austin likes to keep it weird, and Austin's Pride Month is not the same time as all the other Pride Months.
That's absolutely right.
Do you know the reason why for that?
No. At some point, I thought it had
It's some Texas bullshit. Yeah, it was like, we're not doing that.
When we do it at night because it's supposed to be more comfortable, but then they moved it back right to
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But, so it will still kind of fit, though.
You will.
So
it's a Texas Pride.
It's a Texas Pride. So what I thought we would do is, I actually, several months ago, I read an article from a gay writer about Ronnie James Dio's Invisible. So Ronnie James Dio was, do you know him at all?
No.
Okay. So he was a heavy metal singer. He essentially started the horns. So throwing up horns.
Really?
Most people say that came from Dio. He says that it was something his grandmother used to do, like good luck. She was.
Good luck. She wasn't a. She was not a witch.
Nope. I think they had Roma origins, and so that was something that she would do.
Oh my!
And he would do that to the crowd, to like it was just a thing that they grew up with. In any case, he was a heavy metal singer. He sung by himself. He was with Black Sabbath. And he is routinely cited as having one of the best voices in rock and roll.
Really?
Yep, absolutely. Lizzie Hale cites him as one of her biggest influences. He's in Tenacious D's Pick of Destiny. I don't know if you remember that film. Meatloaf is in it as well. But he had a song on his, let me make sure I get it right, from his 1983 album called Invisible. And in that album, there's a whole there's a whole stanza about a young man who is gay who feels invisible. And this LGBT author was writing about how, about songs to play at Pride and stuff, and they were like, we should really appropriate Ronnie James Dio, because it was apparent that he was a supporter of the community. And I re-listened to the lyrics of Rainbow in the Dark, which is one of his most famous songs, and reading the lyrics, I couldn't help but think, man, this just seems super appropriate. And so I thought I would let you hear it and just lyrically see what you think about it.
Oh my God! I've never heard this. I heard about him or this song, so this is kind of exciting.
And the video, I don't remember seeing it, so that's going to be a surprise to me. Now the song, I know the song backwards and forwards. Video, going to be new to me as well.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Ronnie James Dio, Rainbow in the Dark. Okay. Now, you're a big lyrics guy, and I know it's hard for you sometimes to hear the metal.
Yeah, I can't.
So here's the lyrics. When there's lightning, you know it always brings me down, because it's free and I see that it's me who's lost and never found. So that's our first stanza. So the second verse is, I cry out for magic. I feel it dancing in the night, or in the light. It went cold, lost my hold to the shadows of the night. So that's our second stanza.
No sign of the morning coming. You've been left on your own, like a rainbow in the dark.
So there's no sign of the morning coming. You've been left all on your own, like a rainbow in the dark.
A rainbow in the dark. Do your demons
Do your demons, do they ever let you go when you're tired? Do they, when you're, let's see, hang on, I've lost my place. Your demons, do they ever let you go when you've tried? Do they hide deep inside? Is it someone that you know?
You're just a picture. You're an image caught in time. We're a lie. You and I, we're walls without a rhyme.
So I think for me, that's one of the most powerful parts of the song. You're just a picture. You're an image caught in time. We're a lie. You and I. We're words without a rhyme.
Oh.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, I would never understand, and it's me. I know it's me. I have old ears. I would never understand any of this if you didn't have them there for me to read. And this is not something I would ever have listened to. Although I will say this: when it began, it didn't feel like it began like a lot of heavy metal. It didn't seem as harsh. It felt a little lighter.
Now, it's funny that you say that, because apparently in the studio, Ronnie recorded this, and he was known for doing one takes. So there's a great video of him with Jack Black and Kyle Gass when they're filming The Pick of Destiny. They bring him in to sing his lines. Ronnie sings them, and Jack Black is floored. I mean, you can literally see Jack do this, and it was the first take. And he walks into the booth, and Ronnie goes, "All right, you want to do take two?" And Jack goes, No, that's it.
Really?
Yeah, and Ronnie goes, "Are you sure? Did we get it?" And Jack literally tells him, "I've never heard anything like that before. We're not doing another one." But Ronnie did a take of this, and he got done, and he almost took a razor blade to the recording. He said, "I hate it. I hate how it sounds. It sounds too poppy. It doesn't sound emotional enough." And the engineers were like, "Keep your hands off of it." No, we're keeping it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could see how he would thought it was poppy. That extra little keyboard that's in there at the beginning is adds something that I don't think I normally hear in any of the other music you taught me about. But I liked it. It's actually what made me interested right away. I was
To
like,
hear
well,
it, that-
yeah, I was
that
like,
keyboard?
Yeah, I was like, well, this sounds interesting. This is different.
Well, and what I love about the lyrics is that they are about like a liminal figure, someone who is on the outside. And I do think that because he doesn't define who or what that is, it's just a feeling of not belonging.
Well, and I can see how that completely. I can see why you picked it for a pride thing. Because that's absolutely that's the truth of gay people everywhere.
And I was fascinated by that article because, again, this LGBT author was saying we should appropriate this one. This is a good song. It's a hopeful song. It's one that explains how I felt. And as someone, so folks, Ladi does a queer film theory show, and it's one of those places where you reinterpret popular culture, movies, and things like that
Through our lens.
through the
a gay
lens of the gay lens. And I thought, wow, this is one that Ladi should hear.
Okay.
There's no sign of the morning coming. You've been left on your own, like a rainbow in the dark. Just a rainbow in the dark. Yeah.
I've never seen this video, and it's so 70s British. I don't know why this man is so confused.
What?
I'm confused by his confusion.
Well, I guess just saying Dio? Is that who this is?
Well, Ronnie James Dio is the guy singing.
Okay.
I can't remember his guitarist's name. People are going to bash me for it, but I can't remember the dude's name.
What I like about this song, I can't speak to what you. I'm just listening to this. And I'm going through the rainbow in the dark. The imagery for me, it brings to mind existence, because does a person? We are who we are. Do you hear a tree when it fell down in the woods? A hand of a sign. Do you exist if people don't acknowledge you exist?
Right.
And that's what this is. That's why I could see this person would have thought this was perfect for gay people, because this is what life is like. If people complain because they say, "Oh, everything has to be gay. You have to talk about being gay. You talk about being lesbian. Why do we have to hear?" Because you have to acknowledge the existence of people. It's not that no one is making someone see something that you don't want to see, but no one wants to be treated like they're a shadow.
Right.
At least acknowledge the existence of people, and that's really all anyone has ever asked for.
Is just acknowledgement.
Just the fact that we exist.
And I love poetically, I love the imagery of a rainbow caught in the dark.
I love that too. I've been thinking about that. It's just such, because there you are, and you're you, but no one can see you, and no one can see you because people refuse to see you.
And there's beauty to you,
but no
one sees it.
And at some point you wonder about yourself. Am I really here? Am I right? Is this where I belong? Because no one sees you, and you begin to wonder if you belong at all.
Well, and he even addresses that in the lyrics. You and I.
This is good. You picked a good song.
Thank you. You and I were a lie. We're words without a rhyme. So we exist, but there's no poetry to us.
And that is the way people feel. It's not the truth, because it's the different drummer. Of course there's a rhyme,
right?
But it's not the same rhyme.
It's not the beat that everyone else is moving to.
Yes, it's a whole different thing. But I understand that. I understand that feeling completely. Maybe it's just the dress that's freaking him out, because that's a weird.
That is a weird dress.
That's a weird dress.
This guy's freaking me out. He for sure has hidden porn. Don't you think? He's got a box or a drawer that's a no-no drawer for everybody?
No drawer. I like the no drawer.
When I see lightning, you know it always brings me down. 'Cause it's free and I see that it's me who's lost and never found. Feel the magic, I feel it floating in the air. But it's fear, and you're here calling you, beware. Look out!
Okay, so I love that last verse. So feel the magic, I feel it floating in the air, but it's fear, and you'll hear it calling you, beware. Look out.
Oh. What does that mean to you?
I don't know. Again, there's so much ambiguity there. So there's no. So feel the magic. I feel it floating in the air, but it's fear, and you'll hear it calling you. Beware. I don't know.
Well, I could see how fear is magic, but it's not your fear. It's everyone else's fear of you.
Oh.
And that's the magic, because their fear decides that you are invisible. Their fear decides that you do not exist, that we don't want to know about you, that everything you talk about yourself should not be said. It's their fear that is magic, and you do have to be aware of that.
Gotcha.
Because
I love that.
You have your own magic.
I love that.
Well, that's what it feels like to me.
There's no sign of the morning coming. There's no sign of the day. You've been left on your own like a rainbow.
There's the keyboard I like.
Oh yeah, it is. It's in the back.
I like that.
Yeah. You're a rainbow in the dark.
Now, just from a camera perspective, they had like 4 shots that they rotate through there. That must have been a nightmare for Ronnie. All right, Ronnie, we're going to do another setup. Don't move. What? No, you need your feet in the same place. God. How long is this shoot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shots! That's a Michael Bay level edit right there.
Oh my God. Is that right?
Oh God, his give me whiplash. I can't with it.
No sign of the morning.
Now I want to know because telling you there's no sign of the morning doesn't sound hopeful. It sounds like an acknowledgement of people suffering, but it doesn't sound like a hopeful song.
I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like Judas Priest, so Rob Halford's Living After Midnight. I don't know if you remember that song at all.
I'm not.
So Halford came out in the late 90s on accident on MTV. I told you about that. So he essentially just accidentally comes out in the interview, and then after it was over, he says he remembers being backstage and like, what did I just do? But a lot of his older songs reread through a queer lens, they're really complicated. So Living After Midnight, that's when I get my start. It's only, I'm only out until the sun goes down and stuff. And a lot of people have reinterpreted that to say that you're only yourself at night when you can go out and go to the gay bars.
Go find your people.
You go find your people. And so I'm wondering if Ronnie here is kind of referencing that, because that whole image that Rob created with Judas Priest, he would have known it. Everyone in the rock and roll industry apparently knew Halford was gay, just his fans didn't. So I've always wondered if that whole the morning till the morning comes, the night, if that was something that Ronnie was referencing from Halford. I don't know that, but I'm curious if it was.
I can see that. That makes a little bit, because that's right. People were the 70s, 80s.
This was early 80s. So this was 1983 when.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, because this is AIDS. This is everything. So people are not.
They're not. Yeah.
You can't. That's when they were trying to make sure that. It was the gay plague. You're killing all these people. It's your fault. You deserve all this, and don't infect the rest of us. So, of course, they could not be out during the daytime. It was unsafe. The only time they could go be themselves is...
at night, in secret.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up. So Living After Midnight, I was correct. It was 1980. So that would have been 2 years before Ronnie recorded this song. So that would have probably been in his periphery. Now, am I saying that Ronnie wrote it consciously because of that? I don't know that, but...
I'm just going to say this. Everyone's got a gay person in your family. Everyone's got someone somewhere.
Oh, 100%.
So and
here's the thing, Ladi, and you back me up on this. If you think you don't know a gay person, that means you do, and they're scared to tell you.
That's absolutely true.
That means they don't.
That means you're the problem.
That means they don't trust you.
Yes.
They don't trust you to handle it, and they don't trust you to be supportive. So if you don't know a gay person, you do, and you've got a problem.
You got a problem because people are afraid of you.
Yep.
Your own friends are afraid of you.
Yeah, you're keeping them in the dark.
Yes. Don't let them be a rainbow in the dark.
That's right. Well,
this was a good song. I like this.
I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed it.
I'm really kind of impressed. This is something that I've never heard of until now. So now but from what you've told me, I get the impression this is the only one that has happy little keyboards at the beginning. And in the middle.
There's actually quite a few
Really?
that does. Yeah, so I feel like
Okay.
Dio is one of those singers who had one of these really versatile voices, so he could do like the heavy duty yells and stuff, but he also was classically trained, so he could actually sing as opposed to just scream sing.
Really?
And so there's
This makes him more interesting to me.
the other song where he actually has a verse that straight out talks about a gay man, is a lot more melodic and a lot softer. So yeah, you probably would like some of his stuff.
You didn't even say anything about my pink beard.
I love your pink beard. I hope folks did appreciate it. It's gorgeous, and I think it matches the theme so well.
It does.
Well,
Yeah, how weird. Because I guess you're metal pride and I'm gay pride.
that's right. Well, I wore my "Be Excellent to Each Other" shirt.
Oh, be excellent. That's what I'm looking at. I couldn't make it out. I'm sorry. No,
I told people I've learned more from Bill and Ted than I had from all religious texts I ever read. All you need is two things: be excellent to each other.
I'm going to say this.
Party on.
And I'm going to say this. And I liked Bill and Ted. The second movie, there are problems from the 80s. There are movies in the 80s that were bad. In the second movie, they called Satan a fag.
They do.
And it pissed me off, and I never saw that movie again, and it took me a long time to forgive either of them, but it's not their fault.
In the new movie, they intentionally have a non-binary person playing Ted's offspring.
Do they really?
Yep.
Now I'll have to watch that.
It's a sweet movie.
That makes me more interested.
It's a sweet movie.
Okay.
Well, folks, hope you enjoyed this one. Let us know in the comments what you think. Ladi, thanks for doing this one.
Oh,
with
this
me.
is thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. All right, folks, take care of yourselves.
Happy Pride.
We'll see you soon.